90% of your suffering is just an illusion. Yes, you heard that right. It's a bold statement, but one that can unlock the door to your true potential. Let's dive deep into this powerful truth together. Let's start by confronting reality. How much pain is there in this world? Picture the faces of those affected by war, families torn apart by violence, or individuals courageously battling illnesses like cancer. Their pain is raw and undeniable, a testament to the human experience. These forms of suffering are raw, visceral, and authentic. Now take a moment to reflect on the weight of this real pain. These individuals endure what most of us cannot imagine, facing challenges that seem insurmountable. They are the true victims of circumstance, and their suffering serves as a stark reminder of life's brutal realities. But then we turn our gaze inward, and we see something curious. Many of us, despite living in relative comfort, still feel a profound sense of unhappiness. Why is that? What essential truth have we overlooked? There's something fundamentally wrong with how we perceive our lives and the world around us. Let's confront this head on. Is there a way to quantify this pervasive discontent? Indeed there is. Over the past few decades, mental health has plummeted. Anxiety, depression, and profound loneliness are not mere anecdotes. They are alarming trends we can no longer ignore. This decline is not random. It is a direct consequence of our modern existence. Something monumental shifted in our world over the last few decades. What changed?
The world used to be a bigger place.
The world has become a smaller place, thanks to the internet. We've traded depth for breadth, inundating ourselves with information, yet losing touch with reality. Consider this. Our civilization has advanced at breakneck speed. We become creators of inventions that, while remarkable, have also entangled us in complexity. It's as if we've thrown ourselves into a deep well of technological wonders, yet we lack the tools to navigate it. This isn't to diminish the achievements of great thinkers and inventors. Rather, it highlights that many of us are thrust into this digital age without the wisdom to manage it. Imagine a child playing with a loaded weapon. Chaos is inevitable. Having laid the groundwork, we are now ready to confront a critical truth. The source of your suffering and pain, this illusion, rests right in the palm of your hand. Yes, I'm talking about your phone. Right now, you're staring at a device that offers both the key to knowledge and the chains of discontent. In this era of the internet, you have access to an endless stream of information. But here lies the catch. How much time have you spent filtering that knowledge? In a world with no boundaries, not all information enlightens. Much of it entangles. Yet you consume it all, drowning in a sea of voices and opinions. You know what's happening thousands of kilometers away in a different economy. And yet, what does that knowledge do for you? While this vast exposure can be beneficial for some, for many, it's a double-edged sword. It provides a broader canvas against which they begin to measure their own lives. People scroll through their feeds, bombarded by images of happiness, birthday celebrations, engagements, exotic vacations, and lives seemingly filled with joy and success. They witness others living vibrant lives while they feel trapped in their own mundane existence. Each post, each video, each meticulously curated moment becomes a mirror reflecting their perceived inadequacies. This relentless comparison strikes hard, twisting your perception of self-worth. It breeds a sense of inferiority. You begin to feel like a spectator in your own life, overshadowed by the highlight reels of others. This realization can be crushing, warping your understanding of happiness and fulfillment. But what if I told you that the conclusions you've drawn from your exposure to this curated world through your devices are nothing but illusions. Yes, illusions. You are being deceived. Let's dissect this. First and foremost, remember this. People do not share their entire lives on social media. They can't. What you see are carefully selected highlights, only the smiling faces, the celebratory moments, the victories, the messiness of real life, the struggles, the heartaches. They remain hidden, shrouded in silence. Next, grasp the concept of timelines. Every individual's life is divided into distinct segments. There are timelines of youth, timelines of wisdom, timelines of joy, and timelines of sorrow. Each timeline is inevitable and temporary, and their lengths vary from person to person. When you gaze at someone through your screen, you are witnessing only a snapshot from their timeline, often a segment that stands in stark contrast to yours. Most fail to recognize this crucial distinction. They deceive themselves into thinking that these timelines are fixed, immutable. But life is fluid. What you witness in someone else's life is merely a fleeting moment, one that is not meant to be permanent. Now, let's confront a hard truth. People are often fake on social media. They exaggerate their achievements and hide their shortcomings. Many who flaunt their successes are driven by ego, seeking validation in a world that thrives on comparison. Don't fall for their tricks. Here's the uncomfortable reality. Many of you are entrenched in a pitiful existence because you cling to a victim mentality. You say things like, "No one understands me," or "They think I'm happy, but my smiling face hides a soul that screams for relief." Listen closely to your own words. If you can fake your happiness, why can't the world? If you are misjudging others based on a superficial lens, you are equally misjudging yourself. Your belief that you are the only one suffering while everyone else revels in blessings is a deception that can consume you. So, here's the hard truth. No one is truly happy on an absolute scale. Guided by your ego, don't fool yourself into thinking you are the only special one in this struggle. We are all suffering. We are all surviving. We are all fighting our battles. Yet not everyone is improving. Why? Because not everyone is wise enough to see through the illusions that cloud our minds. Just like those who lived decades and centuries ago, some individuals refuse to surrender to this deceptive facade. They grasp the fundamental reality of life. It's not about the constant chase for an unattainable ideal, but about understanding the fall and rise of existence. They don't waste time wallowing in self-pity, lost under the weight of illusion. Wise souls consume online content too, but they apply filters, real filters, to what they see. They control the dosage of information they allow into their lives. By doing so, they shield themselves from the toxic noise of virtual illusions. This conscious consumption empowers them to choose what motivates them, what fuels their passion, and how they want to spend their precious time. Unbothered by the distractions of envy and comparison, they keep grinding, rising above their circumstances. They don't measure their worth against others. Instead, they introspect, they improve, they conquer, they win. This is what we all desire, and this is what we must all strive to do. Reject the trap, embrace the wisdom of self-awareness, shed the unnecessary burdens of virtual suffering. The path to growth lies within your grasp. It's time to reclaim your narrative, to transform your suffering into strength, and to rise with purpose. Break free from these illusions and forge a future defined not by comparison, but by authenticity and resilience. Think about whether this channel is worthy of getting your love and support. If it is, don't hesitate. We will meet in the next video. Until then, keep evolving.